Hello everyone. So in last lesson we styled our website, but there is still some way we have to go ahead with. We have to reach this point. So before that I want to change the background color of my website because I'm not liking it. So let's go to colorhunt.co and select some more light color so that our text look more vibrant. Let's try this one. You can, whenever you can come to this website to hunt color, whatever color you want. Let's refresh and check. It's still, let's see some other color. I'm very choosy about it, so let's see. You can do whatever changes with the colors you want. So let's try this color. You should be very much specific with the choice of color and font, because this is what makes the presentation look attractive and perfect. So I'll change the color afterwards. You can go for it whenever you want, but let's start with styling our website. First of all, let's add background image. We are supposed to add the background image in the top container. You can see this is the top container where we have to add the image. So let's head over to style.css and add .top container class. Remember that when we add class to style.css, there we have to use dot, otherwise it won't work. So background image, make sure that you have the image in your folder. This image we have to add, and we have a proper format of adding image in the styles.css. It's nothing like index.html. It's image, it's different. So we write URL and see the format, dot dot and your location, code.jpg, and let's refresh and check. Our font is not visible. We'll change the color. Alright, now first of all let's see why we have written the URL like this, because index.html is here and we have to go step back into the folder images, and here we have our image code.jpg. So this is like inside images there is image code.jpg. So be careful with your format of background image in CSS. Now let's shape our background image. Background size cover means it should cover whole area and it should be in center. Now there is one more element, it's background repeat. I don't want my background to be repeated, the image in the background to be repeated. So let's see, it's somewhat distorted but I like it as this. So now first of all we should change the font color because it's not at all visible. H1. Now you can see the difference that when we are adding simple HTML elements, body, h1, h2, we are not writing dot before that, and this is the difference. We have to write dot before class. Hash ff means white color. You can write white as well. Now let's refresh and we can see the text very much clear. Now let's click on inspect and see what is padding and margin. Here we have the box. It's a small representation of our website. This is our content, our body, and we have zero padding. Dash means there is no padding, and you can see the orange line means there is a margin. Margin is, you can see it is 8 pixels, so it's highlighted in orange color. I want to give somewhat padding to my website, to my top container. So let's add padding. Head over to styles.css and let's add padding to the top container. It will provide some spacing from the margins. Let's say 100 pixel, and let's refresh and check. You can see it's not looking so much great because we have given padding to top, bottom, right and left, but we want padding only for the top side. So first of all we'll change here padding top. Now if we refresh, you can see it's very much better than the before. And now let's change the font. Font is not looking very much attractive, so we should change the font of our body. Let's head over to Google Fonts. You can find number of fonts here, and we'll see how we can use it in our website. Search for the Merriweather or whatever font you want, but for the reference I'm telling you to search for Merriweather because we have to learn that how we have to add into our website. So there are so many styles. Select the style, any style you want. Like I'm selecting this, and you can see embed. There is a link, you have to copy this link and paste into the head tag. After pasting, we have to add this into our style.css, but before that let's add comment so that we can know that which link is it. Now you can add manually also font family. I'm adding into the body. It will be implemented all over the body, to the text all over the body, but to avoid the spelling mistakes I prefer to copy from the website and paste into style.css. Now if we hit save and refresh, you can see our font got implemented very well. But I want to change the font of top container. You can see in this website we have different font and it's looking really attractive, it's cursive. So let's search for this font in Google Fonts. It's all your choice, but just I'm telling you the way you can do this. So in the similar way we did before with Merryweather, we have to do with this. We'll select the style. There is only one style available and we want this style to be implemented. So let's see. If it creates this kind of problem, just refresh your website and you'll see. Embed, copy the link and paste inside the head tag. And now we want to add this font family to our H1. As we are being specific with our choice, it will overlap the font in the body. So we are overlapping this cursive font with Merryweather, you can see, because this is the priority order. So as our H1 has changed, it's looking similar to what we want. We'll adjust the font size afterwards. But I want to change the color of H2 and H3. So let's look for some color which will be visible in our website. Let's say this color. Let's copy this and paste into our style sheet. H3, color, paste. Don't forget to put hash. And now let's see what it looks like. So you can see the color of H3 is changed. And what about the color of H2? We want this color to be implemented in H2 as well, but if we will change the color of top container H2 will also change. So if I want to add, let's say, to the paragraph the same color, we'll just put comma and write P. This is the way we can make our code short, but this color is not looking nice for the paragraph. I'm just telling you how to do that, so let's let it be the default color and delete this. See, it's looking very much better now. Now you can see the get in touch is still white. Why? Because if we will change the color of H2 to color we want, in the top container the white color will be gone. So here we get the benefit of having classes. Now let's add class. In the contact class where we have H2 having get in touch text, let's name this as contact font and save it. Let's add this class into our style sheet. Dot, not here, dot contact font. Remember one thing, that when we are adding classes or elements into our style sheet, it's not important that they have to be in order, but when you write it in order, whenever you come back to your code, you'll be it will be very much easy for you to find where the things are. So be organized. And you can see we changed the color of Get in Touch with the help of classes. Now I want the same color for this My Skill and Hello also, and they are H2. So we can provide similar class to many elements. This is the benefit of classes. So let's give the contact font class to H2 of skills as well as H2 of profile contact font. And you can see the changes. Now you'll realize that you cannot survive coding without classes. It's very, very important to use classes. It makes the work so much easier for you and shorten the code. Now let's change the font size. There are several ways we can change the font size. We can use pixel, we can use percentage, we can use REM, which is relative font element. I'll show you the three ways. So we have font size, let's say 16 pixel, and let's see, it's very much small, but I'm just telling you the relation between pixel, percentage and REM. And if I write 1 REM, you can see it's still the same. And if I write percentage, %, you can see the size is still same. So there is a proper relation between pixel, percentage and REM. 16 pixel is equals to 100% is equals to 1 REM. This is the formula. You can convert pixel into percentage into REM, but I will prefer to use REM, and you should use REM also because it is very much adjustable and widely used now. Let's say 5 REM. Let's change font size to 5 REM and see. It's looking very much perfect. So now we have to change the font size of entire text in our body. Let's change the font size of H2 and other things as well. H2 font size, font size 2.5 REM or 3 REM. Let it be 3 REM and it's looking great. But we have a programmer here, not I am programmer. So let's delete this I am from the text. And I think 2.5 will be much better than 3 because 3 is actually looking large. So 3, it's your choice. Whatever thing you want, you have the knowledge and resource to do that. So it's up to your choice. Now we have to change the font size of H3s and paragraph. Let's add paragraph. to our style sheet. Font size 1.5 rem. You should always, look around and play around the font sizes, font colors, font styles. So you should know that how the things look like when they are done the same way or the other way. So you can see 1.5 rem is looking very much bigger than the main heading. So let's go with 1 rem, and let's add font size to our H3, 1.5 rem. We are not supposed to add into the contact font, because you know that it's inside the H2 only, and so H2 will be applied, the font size of H2 will be applied to it also. So here we are, and it's looking perfect. Our font size, font colors, and font styles. But I think the font style of H3s should be somewhat thin, so we can always go to the Google Fonts and look for the better option. As a programmer, you should always know that you have the approach to such open resources to make your website very much attractive and great. So let's see. Montserrat font, and we have to do the similar thing we did with the two font styles. Selecting the style, embedding it by linking, and I'll be applying this style to entire body. Let's paste into the head tag and add font family to our body. Copy that. Here you go. Let's save and refresh. That's great. Okay. Now we have to do some more things, like adding a contact button, and footer also. So stay tuned. See you in the next lesson. In the next video, we'll be customizing our website more.